I feel sorry for people who come to Christ because it's their idea, because they feel like it's just something they need to do, because they want to quote unquote do the right thing or quote unquote surrender their life. It's like if Christ puts his hand up flat and you decide to put your hand up flat to meet his hand because you want to be a better person, or you want the baby you just had to have some kind of moral framework and you don't feel confident providing that, whatever your reason is. So you put your hand up flat to meet his hand. If you do that, if it's your decision, what can you do when you inevitably feel discouraged? When you inevitably feel disappointed by something or someone at your church? When you inevitably feel like this isn't working for me? You can slowly but surely pull your hand away from his hand, hoping he doesn't notice. Because if it's my decision to show up, it can be my decision to leave. If it's your decision to come, it can be your decision to go, right? And I came to Christ as a child, basically because I was told it was something I needed to do, and because I respected authority. And that served me very well, as a child. Because my faith, my belief, wasn't really challenged or tested that much. And I'm not going to get into my story just yet. I'll tell it eventually in some form or fashion. But I had a situation in my early 20s in which Christ intervened in my life, tangibly intervened. I went to bed one way, woke up a different way. I didn't meditate. I didn't take vitamins or supplements or drugs. I wasn't on some tropical island repeating affirmations as the sun came up over the horizon. I wasn't doing yoga or fasting. Went to bed depressed, oppressed, woke up different. Went to bed burdened, woke up light. Went to bed cluttered, woke up clear. My decision didn't save me. He saved me. I didn't give my life to Christ. He gave his life to me. And how you start something is so important. It's so important. How you get into something, your initial exposure to it, is huge. How many times have you heard someone say, that album is my favorite because it's the first one I heard? I realize it's maybe not their best, but it's my favorite because it's the one I heard first. The way we come to Christ matters. What we teach our children matters. The way we enfold new believers into the church matters. If you come to Christ as a child, for instance, scared out of your mind of the thought of reaching the age of accountability, which is nowhere in the Bible, by the way, reaching the age of accountability, getting in a car wreck on the way home, and going to hell when you die, your life is going to be difficult. Your life is going to be difficult if you at all take your salvation experience seriously. Just my personal opinion. And I'm not blaming you. I want to make that clear. But I am trying to help you. If that's how you came to Christ, and you have never taken a step back to re-examine that, there may be some, and I know this word probably gets overused, thrown around too much, but there may be some trauma hiding out somewhere in your psyche, in your nervous system, whatever word you prefer. And the sinner's prayer does not exist so that God and the angels and St. Peter or whoever up there can keep a tally of who gets in and who gets the big pearly gate shut in their face. The sinner's prayer exists to help the modern Western evangelical church keep a tally of their own performance. And because a great portion of the church knows instinctively that they do not possess the infrastructure to guarantee lasting and meaningful change, they lower the bar of kingdom life, lower the bar of spirit life, to elevate the importance of the initial salvation experience. And if we were honest, we would say things like, well, we can't get people healed or affect culture in any meaningful way Well, we got people saved last Sunday. We got them to repeat a prayer. I guess that has to be good enough. If we were honest, we would say things like, I am riddled with anxiety, paralyzed by fear. My internal world is absolute chaos. But I said that prayer. I said those magic words. So I guess I can look forward to going to heaven eventually. Eventually I'll have peace. Eventually I'll enter his rest in my mansion in glory. If we can't recognize heaven in us right here, right now, I don't know if we'll be able to recognize it when we quote unquote get there. And wouldn't that be a shame? To finally make it to heaven and feel awkward and out of place? So what I want for you is experience tangible evidence of the intervention of Christ in your life. And not just in a general sense. I want you to have something that is yours, that absolutely no one on this earth can take from you. Something that is so part of your identity that if someone erased it, they would be erasing you. I want you to put your hand up flat and feel him raise his hand and grab your hand and interlock his fingers with your fingers and squeeze. I'm talking about a man squeeze, not a lady squeeze. You can't pull away from that one. You can't just casually fade away from that one. That's what I want for you. So when the quote unquote things of life come up, you know, the things of life that preachers talk about, the bill, the diagnosis, the anxiety, the scandal, the death in the family, you can say, wait a minute. I have a story, and I have a history, and there is not one person on this earth, there is not one creature in heaven or hell or anywhere in between who can take it away from me. It's mine. It's mine. My name is on it, and not written either, engraved. My name is engraved in this story, forever, case closed, period. When you have a story, that story is your anchor. You are tethered to that story, and likewise, it is tethered to you. And you can tell that story, you can write that story, you can live that story and let people see it. So if I'm describing you, if you came to Christ out of fear or just because it was the right thing to do, I don't want to make you feel bad or guilty. You were and still are doing the best that you know to do, the best you've been taught to do. This is not a you problem. This is a culture problem. And I want more for you. I'm just ambitious like that. I'm Ryan Coleman, the real Ryan Coleman on Instagram, not Ryan Coleman on X. If you enjoy this podcast, you'll probably enjoy my new ebook. It's called Problems to Proverbs, Ancient Wisdom for the Modern World, Volume 1, 10-minute read, life-changing perspective. I'll drop a link in the show notes so you can download it absolutely free. You can also join my school community, also free for now. That's SKOOL, school. I'm posting and sharing things in school that I'm not posting or sharing anywhere else. I'm posting a weekly podcast preview every Sunday. So if you're in my school community, you know what the next episode is going to be about before it drops. You don't have to wait till Tuesday. My community members are my babies, and I care for my babies, and I encourage my babies. I challenge my babies. We talk about creativity, our identity in Christ, limiting beliefs and how to overcome them, practical steps towards drawing out what's inside of you and making it tangible. It's called Content Creators. I'll drop that link in the show notes as well so you can join us, so you can get in there and mingle. We're building the lives we want from the raw material of the lives we already have. We're here already. We're all ready here. Thank you for listening. I'll look forward to hearing from you on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the things. Till next time, thank you for listening.